And now to our second leading story this morning. Are the Grammys misrepresenting African music? A very big question there. UK-born supermodel and actress Naomi Campbell recently shared an open letter to Recording Academy, also known as the Grammys. In a nutshell, Naomi stated that the position Afrobeats genre is being placed is something too worrisome and needs to be looked into. She urged the Recording Academy to reassess the categories in which the genre is missing. She, however, tells Nigeria's Afrobeat sensation Burna Boy that the only reason he did not win the Best World Music Album category of the 2020 Grammy Awards, and which he lost to Beninese singer Angelique Kidjo, is due to lack of education on the part of the Grammy organizers. This doesn't make him a loser, Naomi says. Burna Boy is always a winner in our hearts, she writes.
Eh bien, Jerry, des récompenses décernées.
The awards presented at the last Grammy ceremony moved several personalities from the cultural world for whom the Academy refuses to open up to new African music, song and dance in most parts of African capitals and the world at large, and popularized by artists such as Burna Boy, Fally Ipupa, Tiwa Savage, Serge Beno and many others. The guardians of an ancestral music remain to this day the Academy's favorites, some opine. Various interpretations have therefore fueled the controversy in recent weeks since the award of these prizes, to the point where Beninese singer and 4 times winner of the prize, Angelique Kidjo, has dedicated her trophy for Best World Music Album to Nigeria's Burna Boy, with whom she collaborated on one track. Rudy Kaki thinks the Academy is too conservative, Jerry.
Let's just leave it for the expert. Rudy Kwache is a brand representative and founder, the CEO of Rave Group, based in Accra, Ghana. Rudy, a warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining us on the program. So, Naomi Campbell recently launched what many have called an attack on the Recording Academy, the organization behind the Grammy Awards. And this came after Nigeria's Burna Boy was denied or failed to win at this year's ceremony. What's your take on this, Rudy?
I'm sure that she meant well in the attack in terms of obviously fighting for recognition for a genre that's been around for such a long time. But I also have a little challenge with sometimes it being coming across like tokenism, because it's, yes, Burna Boy didn't win, but Burna Boy's competition and the elevation with the people that he found himself with was already considered a win. I believe the Grammys are very powerful in American institution. It's got a lot of say in how sometimes even world perceives music. But we also risk putting too much power in the Grammys as an organization of what is and what isn't. Like, being that the Grammys validates an artist's, an artist's career. I don't think that is fair towards the artists, because these acts, Burna Boy, P-Square, and hundreds of other acts that have come out of Africa have been playing music for millions and millions of people beyond what, sometimes some of even these Grammy nominees get. But let's not also forget that Grammy does it from an American perspective and look, not necessarily a global look. So I'm a little 50-50 on the part. I see that, you fight for recognition, obviously, but let's not also push it too much by negating that Burna Boy didn't win and therefore he hasn't broken glass ceilings. He's already done that. And again, the beautiful Angelique Kidjo won, and she's been an artist at the forefront of African sound for decades.
Rudy,
are you saying that there is a certain genre of African music that is underrepresented by the Grammy Award Academy?
Indeed, I would say that. The other thing is, a few years back, everything used to be put in some category called world music. So you'd find every other thing that supposedly American programmers or Western programmers couldn't define as world music. But right now, some of these genres like Afrobeats have strongly emerged with their own authentic sound. And let's not forget Osibisa, Naomi Campbell, Kofi Olomide were doing global sound for decades. And all of these things, because one person couldn't define, does not reduce it. Yes, we've been put in small boxes, but I think we need to look at the bigger picture of what kind of audience we've been serving. We've been serving a great audience, and that is recognition in itself enough, because we tend to play down our own African fans when we start to fight for small boxes. The fans that have been supporting these careers deserve a pat in their back, that they know what authentic sound is and they know what they like.
All right, so Rudy, it's 2020. So much achievements have been made by African artists with singing African music. How would you rate African music on the global stage? What's your assessment?
Let me lean towards the emergent part, that yes, we've arrived. I would say that we found our rhythm for the world, which is this whole Afrobeat movement. We found one common united sound that we can all say, this is ours. And I think that we have broken the ceilings, and we're going to even do bigger. I'm dreaming of that day. The Madison Square Garden sellout by an African act is probably months away. Not if not, I would say years, just months away. Because it would take a promoter bold enough to actually look at things like what Afro Nation has been able to do across continents, from Europe to Africa, and now we've turned our attention to the Americas ourselves. And for them to recognize that the sound has always had an audience, the sound has always had people that love it, and the sound is already viable, in terms of commercial consideration.
Rudy Kwache, I'd love to thank you for your insights, very interesting insights there on the Grammy Awards and African music. Thank you very much. Thank you, merci. If you are just joining us, you're watching The Morning Call coming to you here on Africanews. We are live for you from our studios in Pointe-Noire, the Republic of Congo. Also live for you in French and in English, and all of the stories that we are bringing to you are on our website, africanews.com, where you can watch us in those two languages, French and English. Now, still to come on the program. Cropped out of a group photo with our climate change colleagues in Geneva, we meet with Uganda's young climate activist, Victoria Nakati. Plus, in the world of sports, the Olympics Games are just around the corner. Tokyo 2020 Games Manifesto given to the International Olympic Committee, IOC. Details of this plus much more after the break. Ruth and I will be right back. Don't go anywhere.